Today I found something that I think is great for you to replicate and to get a lot of views and make a lot of money, especially on TikTok and Facebook. And it's called the AI fruit niche, or the brain rot drama, as the kids call it. And what this is about is basically animated fruit characters going through drama, through cheating, through relationship issues. Someone gets sick, someone gets, cheated on, and all that kind of stuff. You got a melon here slapping a peach. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it works. For example, there's a channel just called AI Fruit Stories, and if we look at the popular section here, they got like 18.2 million views on one of their videos, and then they upload part 2, part 3. The idea is the following. So you upload one of these dramatic stories, you create characters just like Chocolatina and Strawbriana and all this ridiculous stuff. And these characters will go through their own drama. You're gonna create a story that keeps going, basically. And you upload part 1, which is like 60 seconds. People want to see part 2. You're gonna tell them to comment to see part 2. And then, part 3 to like, to all that. This will raise the engagement on your videos, and you'll get more views this way. And you basically have your own little telenovela channel that's based on some characters that you created that can be either fruits or vegetables, whatever. In fact, I'm going to show you an example of this.
Trust you.
This won't happen again.
You always say that, darling.
This time I mean it, I promise.
Honey, I'm home. Were you working late again?
Yeah, my boss was being really strict today.
I hate the way he treats you.
You see, so they got that music in the background, you got this dialogue between these fruits, and there's a peach here cheating on her peach husband with a broccoli head, and for some reason people eat this up. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to create these videos yourself. Now, before we go on, I want to introduce you to AI Skool. This is where I get all my prompts from. This is where I made friends. This is where I'm talking to people. We're all a community of people who are making money by posting AI generated videos online. Now, for example, people are posting their wins, also their achievements. This is very encouraging. And for example, they say, don't rely on one platform like YouTube or TikTok. You put it everywhere. But especially, I would say, don't rely on YouTube because they're demonetizing a lot, unfortunately. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, they don't have this issue. For example, this guy got $2,000 from Facebook, and there's plenty of people around here that made a lot of money with Facebook and with TikTok. And since we're on this brain rot topic, for example, it's only been 2 days working on brain rot. This is the niche that I just showed you. And they got all like 500,000 views. And the second video on Facebook just hit 1 million views in 16 hours. Now, with this type of numbers, this fast, this early, you can actually create a decent income on Facebook and TikTok alone. Again, I'm using AI Skool, and I left a link in the description box down below and in the comment section. If you join, you're going to have a lot of support, a lot of help. You're going to be part of a community. And most important, you've got a classroom here. Now, in this classroom, you've got viral niches. You've got basics, that will teach you how to use Nano Banana Pro, how to do image and video upscaling, and a lot of other things. But most importantly is the prompt vaults for each month. You have every day almost pro level prompts. So we're gonna be using this prompt today to create these type of videos. And this is a very long prompt that we're going to copy. In fact, Daniel, the creator of this group, spent quite a lot of time to create this prompt. And he's spending a lot of time on every of the prompts that he's creating. And feeding the AI viral videos and sort of like getting it down to a science. This is what he does all day long. These prompts are very hard to create at the end of the day. They're very long, they're very detailed, and they're made in a way so that there's not that many errors in there when it comes to the prompts that it will generate, so that you can spend less credits and in fact save money. instead of wasting and testing and trying to replicate these big channels yourself. Now we're gonna copy all this prompt and we're going to put it into Grok. So I managed to copy this big prompt into Grok, and it thought for 50 seconds. Then it gave me some options. Now, some of the options involved like a Coca-Cola bottles, a loyal dark glass of Coca-Cola, and Pepsiano, a tall blue Pepsi bottle, and all that stuff. You know, you can use Pepsi bottles, you know, bottles of juice. You can use fruits. You can use vegetables. Like number 3 is broccoli in the trash, an emotional redemption story. Screen time lies, a gray iPhone husband in a casual hoodie, and iPhoneita. So you got phones, you got bottles, you got fruit, vegetables, even burgers, and forks, like food utensils. You know, actually I've seen a lot of examples of people coming up with more types of anything. You know, they're animating them, they're making a ridiculous story out of them. And for this example, because I wrote in the title fruit, we're gonna go with number 2, which is a supernatural story that involves a lemon, a peach, and a melon. So all you need to do is basically select your number. So pick a number to generate all the character sheets and the full story. Or say, give me 10 more for a fresh batch. So if you don't like any of these 10, you just say, give me more. So now I picked number 2, and then it gave me a full production package for Lemon's Cursed Peel. And we got, first of all, the character reference sheet. So we got Lemonini, you've got Pecina, and you've got Melandro. Now these, and also the Bone King. So these will be the characters. These are only the characters right up here. And you need to create each of them one by one. And what you're going to do is copy this from the image prompt from the character sheet for the first character. We're gonna go to something like Open Art. This has Nano Banana too, and it has Kling. Now you can use something else, something other than Open Art if you want, but make sure that they have Kling and they have Open Art. If you want to use Open Art, I left a link in the description down below. So we're just going to be copying this prompt right here, and we're going to be putting 9:16, either 2K and 4K. With 4K you use more credits, but you know the video is going to be higher quality, but do it at least 2K. This is up to you. Now once you hit generate on this with Nano Banana 2, it's going to be the first scene with a character called Lemonini. So this is our first character. It's going to create the image from the front and from the back, so you got, you know, character consistency later on. And you do the same thing with the rest of the characters. You just create these type of images. For example, I created one with Pecina. There we have it. We got the peach from the front, from the back, and that's pretty much it. You've got your characters, and after that you will dive into the story, and this is very easy, guys. So scene number 1, gym flirtation. We're going to copy this prompt and create an image from it. Like it says here, it's an image prompt, right? So we're going to do, what we're going to do is paste in this, and very important here, we're going to have to attach Lemonini, Pecina, and Melandro, because these 3 characters will be part of this scene. And what we do here is create, you know, we add characters, and you're going to have to add the images that you just created earlier on here with the character sheet from the character sheets, and just add them here. So for this example, we're going to have Lemonini, Pecina, and Melandro. And then we have all these 3 characters here. We got Nano Banana 2, and we've got the 9:16 and 2K resolution, and we can generate, and it's going to generate our first scene. In my case, it was this. So you've got, you know, Lemonini sweating there on a treadmill while his girlfriend is flirting with a big muscular melon. And that's how it starts. That's the first scene that you're going to create from the full story. The first scene out of 10 which is called the gene flirtation. You just copy this and you attach Lemonini, Pecina, and Melandro, just like I showed you. The next thing will be to select Kling 3.0 and put this prompt in. So what we're going to do here is go to frame to video. We're going to add a start frame and we're going to put the first frame that we just generated with the images you see right there. Next thing we're going to do is select the model Kling 3.0, and then we're going to be attaching again the right characters. So this character as well, make sure that you have the 3 characters or the characters that you need, the prompt will tell you. And then copy and paste the prompt. Leave the audio on, very important, because the prompt will tell the AI what to say, and Kling 3.0 has very good audio, so you don't need to use 11 Labs or other tools. You can just do it from these prompts and by using Kling 3.0. And very important here is to adjust the seconds. Try to imagine how long the thing here, the prompt, the description of what they're going to do should last if it's something natural going on here. And you know, if they have multiple lines, they speak multiple lines, it's not, you know, if you put 3 seconds here, it's not gonna be long enough for the voice to carry through, and you're gonna be wasting credits. Very important to just select the right amount here of credits. I like to use 1080p. You can use 720, then you're gonna use less credits, but I still think the quality of 1080p is more important. And yeah, I'm going to show you the first video that is generated.
You're so strong.
Come closer.
Pecina?
So this is the first video that I created, and I just follow the steps, right? We've got scene number 1, image prompt, we've got video prompt, then comes scene number 2, where we're gonna attach Lemonini and Pecina. We're going to create the video from that, because we just add the start frame of the, you know, the image that we created. We put the prompt here, we attach the characters, we leave the audio on, we select the correct amount of seconds. This all depends on the type of video that you're making, and that's pretty much it. And I did the same for 10 times in a row. I just repeated this process. For some of the prompts, I modified a few things here and there so that it fits with what I wanted. And you don't need to create transitions between these, but you do have to edit them in CapCut or Filmora or something. And in fact, this was my workflow here. I just attached the videos in order and I added some text there. Didn't do much, honestly. You can do a little bit more editing if you want, but you know, it's not that complicated. And yeah, let's just watch the video.
You're so strong.
Come closer.
Pecina?
Not hungry.
Bad day? Who is that?
No one.
What's happening? What?
You seek revenge.
Who are you?
Write any woman's name. Her heart becomes yours.
Any woman?
Everything I touch turns mine.
You don't deserve her! Leave us alone.
Stravarita.
She will be mine. If you want to know what happened next, comment Lemon Part 2.
Alright, so as you can see, it's pretty similar to what you've seen on TikTok, and you can do part 2, part 3. You can do different types of characters, but just check out the community below, and I'll see you in the next video.